Hi everybody, Brian from Steeda, featuring the Borla S-Type axleback exhaust system for 2018 and later S550 Mustang GTs, specifically those equipped with an active exhaust. An axleback exhaust system is a great way to change the tone and attitude of the factory exhaust on your S550 Mustang GT. And there's a ton of choices out there, so we do caution you to do a lot of research. And if you're watching this, well, that's a great step in the right direction. One of the go-tos that we always choose is Borla. And of the reasons is because Alex Borla, from the get-go, has always developed two things: an increase in performance and a great sound. So anytime you can combine improving your car, giving it a more visceral feel and a better sound coming out those tailpipes, as well as improved performance, well, it's win-win. And we mentioned that there's a lot of other brands out there, a lot of other options out there, some that will have a little bit more of a raspy sound, some that have a really deep sound. Borla's always done a really good job of offsetting these frequencies. Part of this is because of the amount of technology and research that they put into the design of their mufflers. And of course, for the S550 Mustang GTs, it's no different. They utilize a straight-through multi-core design, and what this does is it smooths out the gas pulses. If you walk up to your exhaust while the car's idling, you'll feel each of the pulses, really pretty much each of those 8 cylinders firing. That's pretty cool, but as you get going up to speed and as the RPMs climb, when you get those pulses, they tend to interfere with each other. That's where you get kind of this burbly sound sometimes. What you want is a good, smooth, evened out pulse, and they'll give you good, consistent sound, and it will scream up to redline. And when I say scream, I mean sounds amazing. More on this in just a few minutes. Although we can appreciate firsthand just how much you love standing on that loud pedal, sometimes you have to be civil. Sometimes you're going out to dinner, going for a date, whatever it might be, cruising on the highway. And one of the things to note about this axleback setup is that even though these things flow like crazy, they are also wrapped with a lot of sound deadening. And what this means is cruising on the highway, there will be no drone. In fact, when you're cruising on the highway, they're barely louder than the stock mufflers. And this is important because you want your car to be loud when you want it to be loud. But we need it to be quiet, whether you're taking a conference call or again, going out for date night. You don't always want it to be quite that obnoxious. So the reality is, let's have a choice. When you get into the loud pedal, these things sound awesome. When you're cruising on the highway, it still sounds awesome, but it's only marginally louder than the stock mufflers. Borla understands that part of building a great exhaust system isn't just about the performance and of course the sound. It's also about the level of construction that goes into it. And they build their exhaust systems, including this axleback setup, out of T304 stainless steel. Of course it's strong and of course it's going to last. And then they finish it off with these beautiful 4-inch rolled tips. This particular axleback setup is black chrome, so it gives you an idea. They also offer a polished tip version, so depending on how you're trying to finish off your S550 Mustang, well, you've got a couple of options here. As noted in the introduction, this setup is specific to an active exhaust, so the factory pieces can be moved over to these mufflers. Now, we do recommend taking great care when you unplug those sensors because from the factory, they are a little bit delicate. Also keep in mind that they reside on top of the factory mufflers, or at least right at the exhaust tips. And due to the heat that constantly passes through, sometimes those plugs become a little bit brittle. So once again, we caution you to be very careful. The axleback exhaust system replaces the factory mufflers and thus utilize the factory exhaust hangers. You need to note though that your factory exhaust will need to be cut, and you can see exactly where this is. Definitely measure 2, 3, 4 times before cutting, and understand that when you go to install these, it is a slip fit design, and this is actually a very good thing for a couple of reasons. It gives you the chance to actually set the tips perfectly centered within your rear valance, as well as get the angle of the exhaust tips just right. And especially a quad tip exhaust system like this, it's extremely important. For this reason, we do recommend professional installation. It's always easier to get the exhaust tips and everything level and symmetrical on the back of the car when it's eye level. When you're trying to do this in your garage or on your driveway, definitely makes it more challenging. We're not saying you can't do it, just saying we do recommend professional installation. This particular Borla S-Type axleback exhaust setup is specifically designed for 2018 and later S550 Mustangs equipped with active exhaust. And it will fit GT coupes as well as GT convertibles. That's right, convertible owners. This will fit your car. Borla spent a lot of time making sure it's compatible with both, adjusting the bends, and well, they've succeeded. So whether you want to cruise with the top down to hear this, or you want to put the windows down to hear it, you guys are covered either way. Speaking of this, let's go for a ride with the car stock. All right, we just need it for a point of reference. Just hear us out, literally. Let's go for a ride in the stock car. All right, you've been patient, so here you are. Here it is with the Borla axle back on it. To learn more about this axle back exhaust and so many of the parts we offer for the Mustang and other Ford vehicles, check out Steeda.com. To see the latest and greatest things that we're doing with our vehicles, follow us on social media. We thank you so much for watching. Steeda, speed matters.